really like outside of like Fortnite and stuff like that. I don't really play much of anything else, right? Honestly, like honest to God, you've only seen me stream like the same usual games, Minecraft, Fortnite. Typically those two are the main ones. You've seen me stream GTA before, here and there. I think you've seen some Roblox streams. Those were my horror videos when I had my face cam on my PS5, which we will get back to that. I promise that this is not a permanent thing. I will get a job when I move and I get out of the group home, but until then, I figured we'd try to play a game that I haven't streamed before, that I've played before, yes, but I just haven't streamed. If you can't tell, I am a little sick today, so I'm going to be at a little bit of a slower pace on things. So this is Warframe.
Messages have arrived in your inbox.
So some people don't know what this game is. So I can give a little debrief, just can't really give you the full thing because even I'm still what if I gotta invite my little cousin? He's not too annoying, I promise. Where is his name? Right there. Anyways, so I'll give a quick rundown of the game, guys. So you start on Earth. Okay, this is where you start. Then there's like Mars Junction. There's all these missions, right? You go through and you do, I don't know, somewhere between 1 to 30 missions, and you typically will replay these ones a lot because you'll have friends who just joined the game. It is a really fun game, but like, all right, like, I just unlocked the planet Mercury after going through all the Venus trials. So each planet has like somewhere of, like I said, like 1 to 30 missions. You fight, which you level up your weapons doing so. And you're in your orbiter. That's like your main station. It's your, what you would call like a hub, right? That's what an orbiter is. So I haven't tried to go to Mars before, but complete the Mercury Junction and visit the codex in your orbiter. Cool. Alright, so I did the Mercury Junction already, so this is where you start unlocking more planets. Now, I'm going to show you, like, when you first start the game, you're not going to look like my character. I spent money on this game quite a bit of time ago. So it's going to be a little bit different pace from my end. If you were to just start playing Warframe, I'll show you exactly what your first character looks like compared to like my characters and the things that I've bought and got in the game. But like, so think of like Dark Souls, right? You go through and, you know, there's a storyline behind what you're doing. I don't know the exact storyline of Dark Souls, but each planet on Warframe has its own storyline. Actually, it has like several. And some of them have nothing to do with one another, and some of them have everything to do with the planet, but
the inbox has messages for the operator. Anything about orders in there?
So Chroma Prime is my character. He is my highest character as well. He's the one I use he's my main, right? There's also Zephyr Prime. She's very good. She's quick and she's really, really good. I picked Chroma Prime though because he's a heavy hitter. I love his moves. I love the way he can do things. But your base characters will be like Excalibur, right? And you can see all these other characters, right? I mean, there's Amber, Dante. These characters all have different abilities. So like if you read the little descriptions, bind the elements and unleash Untold Destruction with Chroma Prime, featuring altered mod polarities for greater customization. Excalibur optimizes the warrior spirit. His master swordsmanship deals highest damage. He is the embodiment of material excellence. Take to the skies with Golden Bird of Destruction. Like, each and every one of these guys have their own description, right? And I think, like, the concept of this game is really awesome. You know, this is probably one of my favorite games. And if you're wondering why I'm, like, switching it up between other games, like, I know it gets boring watching my Fortnite content and stuff like that, and everything to that extent, right? But I also understand that, like, those games themselves, they're just shooters, you know? And shooters they're not the best, in my opinion. I don't personally like shooters, but that's just me. Now, I have a few, I have a few, like, I guess I can't really say years, because I downloaded this game back in, like, 2020. One sec, I'm just reading this. So you came along, I want you to have it. It's the least we can do to thank you. Don't be a stranger, Etico. So, in order to, like, level up, like, and do things like that, you really just have to deploy on these missions, and, like, the more kills you get, the more your character levels up in general, but, like, also whatever weapon you're using at the time levels up as well. So, like I said, I just came from Venus, so I'm not very familiar with this game, so there's even some questions that I have about the game. I will say, like, when you start on Earth, it's very, very easy, but it's not, like, particularly the most fun thing in the world. But, like, like, I would go from, some people go from, like, Earth to Mars, to Desmos, but I personally, like, when I started on Earth, I wanted to go to Venus, then to Mercury, then I wanted to kind of go from there to Saturn, Jupiter, kind of cover this left side first, because it seems to have, like, the most random stuff. Like, even the Void is a mission thing. So the Void is, what a lot of people use as a threat. Like, your enemies, your bosses, you'll hear a lot of them say things like, I will banish you to the Void. The Void isn't really as scary as it seems. I've watched a lot of people play this game, so I kind of understand some of the concept. There's just some things I'm oblivious to. I'm not an absolute nerd. This is one of those games that I'm not, like, entirely the best or the worst at. I'm pretty decent at this game, but I'm not, like, I'm not incredibly good. Besides the point, though, you're gonna see kind of how the concept works as I kind of go through some of these storylines. And this would be more of a, like, a laid-back video, you know. I'm not gonna be doing too much, like, extreme talking. I figured I'd get all the big stuff out of the way first, and then continue on from there, so.
Extermination is the only option.
I figured there'd be an access panel somewhere. Got it.
I'm still detecting a lot of infestation activity. Let's clean it up.
So, yeah. So, from what I understand, Mercury is more of a, like, killing. So most of your other ones, you'll do, like, a various of everything. You'll do I don't know, you'll do killing, assassination attempts, but you also do like rescue missions and stuff like that. And yes, before we fully dive into this, there are guns in this game. They're not your normal guns, obviously. I mean, like, I just unlocked the Boltor. This is a fully automatic weapon, but I don't really personally use it as much. I do prefer melee over most things, just because melee is much more fun to use. You're quicker about it, and it does a great deal of damage very quickly.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
But each character has their own like unique abilities. My character can fly. He's kind of like what you would call a dragon, almost. So like he can breathe ice. He's not like a regular dragon though. You know, most fire-breathing dragons, you know, mythology and stuff like that. He personally breathes ice, which almost insta-kills any opponent in the general vicinity of me, as you can see. This is probably my favorite ability of his. The one problem I have is once you do it though, I don't know how to exactly turn it off until it just burns out all my energy, so. And as you can tell, it takes a really long time to burn off all that energy. Now, I am certain that if I just did another ability, that it would probably waste my energy quicker. So that's what I'm doing now. So like as you can see right there, it says rank up on my on my blades. So and like, as you can tell, like I can move at a much quicker pace, but this is one of those missions where like you want to kill all 134 enemies. So I'm taking my time with this mission. Typically I move like at a way quicker pace. But
broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
yeah, see now that the mission's over, I can start moving as quick as I want.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
So like, but like for some lore on the game, like, the aliens' names are called Tennos. That's what they're known as. Like all of the aliens I showed you. Yeah. Okay, anyways, all the aliens I showed you earlier, and those are all called Tennos. That's what you will be playing as. Your character, no matter what one you buy or what one you collect, They're called Tennos. But like when you start on Earth, you kind of start with a boss fight for like storyline purposes. That's where everything starts. I remember that kind of, not like entirely.
Messages for the operator. Anything
But
about orders in there?
yeah, I remember these. Alright, so now that that's taken care of, so this is like another character I can do. So, and same with this. So, what these are their blueprints, obviously. I actually don't know how to work blueprints. If I genuinely did know how to do it, I would have by now, but I don't know how to. Like, see how you collect like the materials? Yeah, so then that's what happens. You collect the materials and you come and click build. And once you've clicked build, it'll just give you the specific amount of time it'll take to make the gun or the character. Or like characters are typically gonna be way longer too. So like you can see how this says 72 hours. That'll take a genuine 72 hours of time. This will take a genuine 11 hours. But I don't know how to get like the stuff that it shows me here. But I'm quite certain I'll pick up on blueprints and stuff.
I thought you'd want to know.
But the general concept of the game is very fun. It's very nice. But so I told you I just came from Venus, and now I have to go back for a few reasons. One, I have to help these people. They're called the Fortuna. They're also like robots. These people, they're a safe haven for you. But they also are under like this command of a man named Neff. Neff will, he's more of your like governmented type of man, you know? He does everything that's good for business, not good for personal use. So he just kind of takes these poor little robot guys, and if they have like debt to him, he just cuts them into pieces. And then to prove an example out of them, he'll hang them outside of Fortuna. So I think I want to make sure that these people no longer have an issue with him. Well, like as you can tell, there's other players, see like real players and stuff too. What I think is cool about this though is like I can like see how it says inspect. That's what I'm doing right now. So like, look, this person clearly is much higher level. They're an initiate, which that's a mastery rank. So I'm guessing, yeah, like you can see their damage and stuff that their melee weapons do is 2,300 per hit. That's crazy insane. Their Warframes is 3,800. Their primary weapon is 2,400. Yeah, they have a pretty good setup going for them. And they kind of don't look like their character looks like a base character, but it really isn't. This is probably one of your faster characters too. Like I said, each character has its own thing.
Outworlder, you've altered the calculus and the vallus to our favor. Thank you. A pity it took young Thursby's tragedy to motivate you to take up the mantle of leadership once more. But she is the leaders of our united needs, and tragedy is the unavoidable cost of progress. I'll make sure Thursby gets up on his new feet. I owe it to him.
So like each of these guys also have a thing. So like he personally